Hello Physical Fiends, it is Jordan here with another Worth of Purchase where I play a game for a short amount of time to see if I would buy it myself. Today, I'm taking a look at Terminator 2D No Fate, which is releasing digitally today. But this is Physical Paradise, and I only care about games with physical releases, and this does have one, which I will detail later in the video. Stick around for that if you want to know about the collector's editions and stuff like that, but I've linked them down below if you just want to grab it for yourself. So, Terminator 2D No Fate is one of the few instances in recent gaming memory where a licensed tie-in has been so hyped up and widely anticipated. That is how powerful the reveal of this game was. It's a game that looks like your wildest Sega Genesis dreams. You probably think you remember the real 16-bit Terminator games looking like this, but no, this is next level stuff in terms of sprite work. It's gorgeous, and it's the game T2 fans deserved back in the day. This is an arcade run and gun type deal for the most part. There are multiple difficulty levels to select, a bit of something for everyone, but the developer's true vision for the difficulty is in the Hasta la Vista, which is quite hard, and it is the one that I tried first, and it does feel like the kind of difficulty you'd get on the 16-bit era for these type of games. I played it for a couple of levels until I hit a wall and used my single continue up. You know, if I was playing this game again, purely for pleasure, it is definitely the difficulty I would play. It will be a nice challenge that I would be determined to overcome. But I did want to see all the levels and gameplay the game has to offer in time for this video, so I did drop it down one notch, and yeah, it is a bit too easy on this difficulty level, but still very, very fun. And it's a good way to learn the levels, and that place that I got mullered in on the higher difficulty, now I've had the experience with slightly less pressure and less brutal enemies, I think I get past it no problem now. Or should I say no problemo. I should say that this is not trying to be a modern action game at all. It's trying to be as authentic to retro games as it possibly can be, actually making them as good and as polished as possible. So it's not this like free-flowing, twitchy, a million maneuvers type thing that you'd find in most modern action games like this. Here, you run, you duck, and you shoot. If you want to break it down simply. If it's feeling fancy, you might shoot diagonally. However, despite this simplicity, it is damn good fun. I had such a blast playing this game. One campaign is 12 stages long, however, interestingly, there are multiple paths to take, some what-if diversions in the story if you make a different choice to the real film. And that's great and adds to the replayability. In fact, you can only go the alternative routes after finishing the story once. You'll be controlling different characters who don't always do the same thing depending on the levels. For example, there is a stealth-ish level where Sarah needs to escape from the asylum, and you take the guards down with melee attacks, all the while ducking into rooms to avoid the Terminator chasing you. It's genuinely tense stuff. There's a beat-em-up phase with Nutty Arnold, and to be honest, as sickly as it makes me feel to say this, I love a bit more of that. I'm not a fan of beat-em-ups, I'm not a fan of Nutty Arnold, but that stage was awesome. I'm not showing it because YouTube still has me terrified, but it will make a nice surprise for you when you get to it. The licensed music really enhances it as well. Between the more advanced gameplay styles, there are some in-between breathers like all good arcade games, some turbo tunnel-like moments, as well as taking down a chopper from the back of a truck. It's all just nicely balanced. The pacing of the campaign is great, and I thoroughly enjoyed it from start to finish. I do wish the part set in the future had a bit of an extra mechanic because, unlike in the present day timeline, you can't jump or duck under enemy fire, which means you're gonna take a hit, unless I'm missing something there. And it would be nice to have more variety in weapons. There are some already, but I feel like it could have spiced things up a bit more with more choices. Overall though, for old school fans, you're gonna have a blast. Do not go in expecting something overly modern, you won't get that, but it is a polished as hell retro style title that for me stands among some of the best run and guns that I've played, honestly. It does such a fantastic job bringing the movie and all its parts into a video game. It's a dream. I know it's going to get complaints about the length for its price. You know, when one playthrough will be like just less than an hour, it's going to be a tough sell in the modern era, but not every game needs to be dozens of hours long. Honestly, if I can pick this up during my lunch break and complete it, it's perfect. Now, before I get into the physical release details, if you are new here and you do enjoy physical video games, then do yourself a favor, and the industry too, by subscribing. Not only will you get news, updates, alerts on rare restocks and discounts, but the bigger this channel is, the more publishers will pay attention to the demand for physical media, so do your bit and subscribe. In terms of the physical release, it is a bit complicated. If you check the links below in the description and pinned comment, you'll see that it's releasing physically on Nintendo Switch, PlayStation 4, PlayStation 5, and Xbox Series X. Sadly, there is no bog standard retail release. You can't just get the game box and a disc or cartridge. The simplest unit is a Day 1 edition, and this comes with the game, of course, but also a reversible cover sleeve, a full color manual, a metal arcade token, as well as a cloth poster. It's just a small little edition, but probably looks like a mini collector's edition. Next, there is the Collector's Edition, and this includes all of the Day 1 edition gear alongside an art book, a steel book, a flip book, another cloth poster, a paperweight, as well as a collector's tin. These two editions will be at retail, and if you're in North America, I do recommend Video Games Plus. I've linked to them below. They will ship all editions worldwide for free, and if you purchase via the link below, you massively help support me in the best way possible. I do truly thank you ever so much. However, exclusive to Reef, the publisher's website, there is an online exclusive edition, and it's basically the same thing as the collector's edition, except the metal tin is black instead of grey, and you get another cloth poster. You could make some bedding out of this bad boy. However, these online exclusive editions are all sold out by now. Would I purchase this myself? Yeah, I think I would. I think it is cheekily overpriced. I would prefer a standard edition release, like free of any of the extras, just to bring down the costs. That would match the content much better in my opinion, but overall, this is a really fun game that would have been an absolute classic back in the day. To me, it proves a question I recently offered up during my 007 James Bond video game retrospective about why can't we have movie tie-ins of older movies more often? And this really is an argument in its favor, that it really is possible and should be possible. Will you be picking it up? Let me know in the comments below, and if you do want to buy it, please use the links down below. I greatly appreciate that, and I hope you all have a fantastic day. Take care.